potential that Charizard and Ivysaur has versus a character like Chrom. So I think that, the Pokemon trainer really has to be on point with their edge guards, and this could be a pretty easy matchup.
Yeah, it looks like Prince coming out real quick right at him, but quick shield and then Squirtle things. It's already putting a little bit of combo damage on him. Not too much. And right after that Squirtle combo came out, he's like, all right, maybe I shouldn't just hold forward straight as much as I would.
Yeah, and that's something you got to be super mindful of, especially that low percent. Character like Squirtle is going to just eat that alive, right? I mean, he's got so many great little bread and butter combos at early percent that add up very quickly, and I think it lends itself well into the rest of the character's kit. That being that they can switch, of course, and Ivysaur is probably going to be coming out pretty soon, I would imagine, to try to set up for these edge guards and potentially taking the stock.
Now, you're a big Pokemon guy yourself. Of course, Pokemon Trainer comes out with the Gen 1 starters. If you could pick any generation starters to be the next Pokemon Trainer to be released, what would you pick?
I would probably go with, I think it's going to sound weird, either Gen 3 or Gen 4. I think most people just adore the Gen 3 starters. Gen 4 would be a personal one for me because I love Generation 4, but I think Gen 3 would be very fitting.
Where is, and I'm not as big of a Pokemon fan as I should be, being as much of a Smash person I am, but where is, Incineroar is a evolution of a starter, right?
Correct. He's a Generation 7 starter.
7, okay.
But it looks like right now Prince is off to a good start, and actually I'm really not familiar with either of these players. I don't remember ever seeing them at a local GGSW or Smashville or anything like that. So these are kind of some new faces to me here.
Yeah, I think that we're getting a few new faces just all over, and that's, there's a lot of stuff to complain about in quarantine. There's a lot of stuff to complain about playing Smash online, but one thing I do like is just the fact that we are getting some of these new people who maybe didn't have access to the scene until we had Wi-Fi. So here we are now, kind of peak Wi-Fi era, kind of accepting that, hey, this is where we're going to be, and setting up a PR for it in Michigan just to make it a little bit more exciting, a little bit more to play for.
For sure.
I think it's a really, really good thing for the Smash scene, and specifically Michigan Smash scene in general.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think the Smash scene needs something like this because otherwise the game kind of feels empty. A lot of people complain about the online, and I think it's nice to be able to compete and still have there be some kind of like feeling of pride and like on the line. So I definitely dig that. But it's looking here like Prince is off to a phenomenal start right now. Trying to set up for this edge guard position versus Charizard. Going to be quite easy to land a hit on him thanks to that giant hurt box he has. But so far it looks like Mastagrass has been able to kind of get his way back in the center stage. So let's see if he can do something with that.
With how well he did Mastagrass did against Chrom when early in the game, I'm surprised he didn't bring that Squirtle out after he got that first kill, just to put some of that more combo damage on him early.
For sure, yeah. And I think the thing about Pokemon Trainer is that the character is so diverse and they can be really played in a multitude of ways. And each person kind of adopts their own style. There's sort of the meta way to do it, where you get early combos with Squirtle, you go for your kill with Ivysaur, and if you're at high percent, go to Charizard. But everybody plays it a little bit differently. And so I think maybe what we're seeing is a little bit of personal flair coming out here from Mastagrass. And you mentioned they were a Nest main?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And I think that might be the reason why we're seeing the Pokemon Trainer instead. Maybe they just feel more comfortable in this matchup as opposed to playing it out with Ness.
Yep. But, oh man, that's always a terrifying thing, just seeing Chrom or Roy sitting there charging up that. As you're recovering.
I hate it so much because those attacks are much larger than you would imagine. Looking for a jab back. You're not able to find the aerial follow-up here, but I mean, you got to be feeling pretty nice if you're sitting in Prince's position because this game is all about, it's just about wrapped up.
And now we're seeing him play it like it's a little bit wrapped up, playing like he has a stock to spare, played a little bit more patient, waiting for Mastagrass to come to him, and there we have it. He's going to two-stock him in game number 1 here of Social Distance Demons number 35.
Yeah, I think great play coming out from Prince. He really made that look kind of textbook. Just good spacing of his attacks, and really right there at the end, like you were saying, that patient, reserved play, knowing like he's got that stock to work with, but also not just kind of, going nilly-willy and off the wall with it. It really looked like he was playing reserved and a sort of calculated approach to the game. So that's exactly what you want to do.
Did you say nilly-willy instead of willy-nilly?
I did say the thing, yeah.
I like it. It was the first time I remember. So when I told KJ, I was like, I can cast if you want. He's like, great. If you cast it with Glop, I was like, it's been 84 years.
It has been a long time, brother. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of VODs of us at Smashville. Not a whole lot, but there's been a couple times where we've
we've done
co-commentated
together, or at oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of it. What was the one at Schoolcraft? Visitech. Yeah.
Yeah, BTT. Yep,
GG.
a couple times for sure.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're seeing a stage switch here. I wouldn't be surprised if we're also maybe seeing a character swap from Mastagrass.
Yeah. I mean, there's playing the matchup, and then they're just playing your main, even if the matchup's not there.
Right. I feel like a lot of times, like, unless you're a very, and not to say anything about Mastergrass as a player, but I feel like usually, secondaries can only really, really pull their weight at some of the highest levels of gameplay.
Yeah.
Not to say that we're not seeing high level gameplay here, but I'm talking like, you know what I mean? Like top of the, like, PGR.
Oh yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
for sure. I was actually hoping we would get more of that in Ultimate, to be honest. When I saw how many characters there were, and then once we played a little bit and realized that, I mean, of course there are, no doubt, there are characters that are above and beyond other characters in this game, but I think this is the most balanced Smash game that they've come out. I mean, Melee, there was, 4 characters that people would use that were viable.
8,
Smash 4
yeah.
by the 8, yeah. Essentially, there was like 8 by the end of Smash 4, too, by the time it all came down to it. But in this one, I was expecting, I thought we might see some early meta where counter picking was going to be a bigger thing than we've seen before. We've seen it a little bit, but not quite as much as I thought or I was hoping that would.
Or we were expecting.
Yeah.
Right. And honestly, I think that's just a testament to, for the most part, how well designed the characters are. Because even if you look at some of the bottom tier characters, or at least what people, perceive to be that way, they're still good. Like, they still have good
Right.
tools, good frame data. Like, you can make just about any character work. Sure, some are better and more optimal than others, but like, even, like I said, some of the low tiers can really, really thrive. So I think that kind of speaks to how well each character was developed and the time that was put into them.
Like,
so,
I'll take Smash Ultimate Kirby over Melee Zelda any day.
any day.
Any day.
any day of the week, my friend. And right here, I think we're really starting to see, what I kind of was mentioning, that, sword characters can just destroy Ness, because the problem with Ness is that he really likes to abuse those quick, fast aerials, which have some decent range. But the problem is when you're going up against a sword character who also has that great range with the aerials, more often than not, they're going to be winning the exchanges. And when it comes to your normals as Ness, they're not exactly the best tools. And again, with a sword character, all of your normals are amazing tools. The tilts, the jabs, they all have those great disjoints that are going to leave them coming out on top more often than not. And so I think that, a lot of the stubby characters, as I like to call them, really, really do struggle versus these swordies.
Yep. Chase him down with the PK Thunder. Is able to get through it and get a forward air on him off the platform. Now chasing him down in neutral, going to get a shield grab. Let's see where he goes with this. The forward throw right into the smash attack and sitting there menacingly. What's he going to do? Barely missing it as he gets the recovery.
Right, and I'm seeing some interesting options here from Mastagrass. I mean, I've seen him twice now try to kind of do a run up and a down air, which both times have been punished with a shield from Prince. So I think you really got to ask yourself, what's my best way to approach in this matchup? And maybe it's not even to approach all the time. I think he probably wants to use some more PK fires, but he's not going to get the chance to do so.
Right.
That's a quick 2-0.
Yep. Was that a 2-stock in that one too?
Sure was.
Yep, it was. So